that she loves me. Isn't it lovely when the one you loves thing is the one you're loving?
Not to make fun of Mitch McConnell, even though it would be delicious. I actually felt bad watching this because I'm literally watching a man who is in a diminished state, so determined to hold on to power that he won't sit his ass down somewhere and get some help. So determined to hold on to power. He's grabbing that lectern that he clearly needs some medical attention. I'm watching him wheel Dianne Feinstein in. I'm like, we know she's not all here right now. She's not all here. Why are we doing this? Why wasn't there a succession plan? So I bring this up even as it relates to our institutional organizations. Okay. Here's my vision for things. And I've been talking about this. I don't want to be on these airwaves until I'm 99. Although, being on a mic I could probably sit in a chair. I played Joni Mitchell yesterday singing from her chair. She didn't look able-bodied, but when she opened her mouth, boy, all of the smoke came out. It was beautiful. So maybe I could sit here, but I feel like there should be a succession plan. So I kind of built it in, there's Larry, there's Clay, there's Reese, there's a lot of people who could sit in this seat. So I'm like, okay, let me build my succession plan. That's the way that should look to me, even in an organization. So if you're running an institutional organization, you should pick up the baton from the person before you, finish what they started or what they were in the middle of so that things get done. It's like the president. You don't wipe out what the previous person did. Like, I don't know, a pandemic plan. You don't toss that in the garbage just because that last person did it. We all need a pandemic plan if there's a pandemic. The last administration had Ebola that they were confronting. There might be something in this pandemic plan that can help us with this thing called COVID. Okay, no, the next guy tosses it out because that last guy, I don't want any remnants of it. Like Charlie Rangel taking over Harlem from Adam Clayton Powell. Why the hell wouldn't you build on what Adam Clayton Powell did? That man did a lot of things. I don't like Adam Clayton Powell. So I don't even want the state building called after him. I don't even want any vestiges. I want it to be about me. That to me is a symbol of a small person who should not be in leadership. And y'all can call me if you want to. I was in them rooms. 866-801-8255. I know what I'm talking about as it relates to Harlem and Charlie Rangel and Adam Clayton Powell. That said, as I look at these institutional organizations, and I think about like even the Black Panther movement run by people like Fred Hampton in his 20s. Coming up with food plans and education plans and coming up with a rainbow coalition, 21 years old. That's the energy that we need in these organizations, but that can only happen like Ella Baker taking a 20-something-year-old Martin Luther King under her wing, bringing together all of the people, or Anna Hegeman, being in the room, orchestrating all of the SNCC guys and putting people together. They're in their 20s, they're in college, we need them out in them streets fighting, but let's organize the 30, 40, and 50-year-olds. We're going to be submitting the plans and the strategy. And the 60, 70, 80-year-olds are the ones that provide the wisdom. So they're the ones like the Harry Belafontes you come to get the wisdom. But there should be a clear line of succession, which there isn't. It's like you're gonna stay there till you die, Mitch McConnell, and even to some extent, I won't name any other names, but y'all know there are people who are in these roles, in these seats, way too long. And I'm not saying an 80-year-old doesn't have the energy to do all of the things a 20-year-old can do. I'm saying that an 80-year-old does not have the energy to do the things that a 20-year-old can do. That's what I'm saying. Not an ageist. I'm a realist. And at 80, you should be sitting down, providing wisdom, not out in these streets fighting racist. Fight with the wisdom that you've accumulated over your 80 years on this earth, and you give it to the young people who could sit out there and do sit-ins for 48 hours at a time. I don't want to see my grandmother getting arrested. Why she got to be out there? 866-801-8255. That's how I feel. I feel very strongly about these things.
I run my fingers through her hair as she smiles and says that she loves me. Isn't it lovely when the one who